Welcome to the first episode of Prspektv Podcast. Of course, this is this is just the beginning, so of course this looks a bit tacky. I'm using my wired earphones. I don't have a microphone. I've got my camera. I've got my laptop here taking the audio. I've got my little setup, in the car. It makes sense to do the video in the car because I've done majority, if not all of my videos relating to music or anything that I didn't have like something to talk about in the car. It's literally started with me doing videos in the car. It has a comfortable feeling to it and it just has like a home effect to me anyway. Of course, the more we grow, we'll move it into a more, professional environment. But right now, this feels very professional to me. So this is Prspektv Podcast from my car, Leroy, and I'm excited with this. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a minute. I've done one in the past, but it wasn't proper. It wasn't even like a proper podcast anyway. It was just like me just talking, me just waffling about like my day to day without an actual plan. Like I've literally got so much stuff written here about about Prspektv Podcast. And you know what's crazy? Before I waffle on, to do an overview of Prspektv Podcast, this is a community podcast where we just talk about music takes, artists, albums, songs, anything related to music, concerts, festivals, anything from past, previous, or just things in the future going on with music. Because obviously I love talking about music. I do that on my TikTok, I do that on my Instagram, I do that on YouTube, I do it on everywhere. And thankfully, gratefully, you guys enjoyed the videos. So I thought, why not take it to like a more long form where I can talk about it longer, so you guys can actually get more in depth of what I'm actually saying. Because I feel like on TikTok or on Instagram, it's obviously short form, so I don't get to be in depth of what I'm talking about. And I love talking about music, talking about just lifestyle choices, different perspectives, of course, because that's the name, perspective. So yeah, that would be something to do. I don't know how we're gonna go with that, but we'll figure it on as we go through the episodes, as well as just talking about fitness, mental health, and anything just related to life, fitness and goals and discipline, aspirations, and just talking about music. Music is the main thing to talk about, but as well as just everything behind that. You know what I mean? And also just talking about my life, because I've got some things that I'd want to get off my chest. This is a solo podcast, but this will not be solo permanently. We'll therefore bring people into this, friends, guests, who knows, artists. This can be something, and I believe it. So this is my manifesto, and I have faith. This episode is going to be talking about playlists and how much they have an effect, like how important they are. You don't realize how important a playlist is. I swear it's crazy that there's people on this earth that don't have a playlist, that just have all their liked songs in like one library, which that used to be me. That used to be me, I'll be honest. But you don't realize how having all your songs in just one space, it gets a bit too crammed. Like, let me tell you how many songs I have in my liked songs. I have 2,170 songs in my liked songs. So that is a lot of different genres. That is a lot of genres, a lot of moods, a lot of tempos, a lot of BPM, a lot of everything. It's all over the place. Sometimes it's okay to have songs on just shuffle, like a random playlist, because you're just there for a vibe. You don't really care what songs are going to play next. But you gotta think about it, bro. Whatever mood you're on, it will be there. If you have like a chill playlist, if you have a gym playlist, if you have like a study playlist, if you have whatever playlist you got going on, you can do that. And you cannot neglect having a good playlist, because it literally, it's the face front of everything, and you gotta make sure that you have that. I got a couple messages asking how to make a good playlist, so we're just gonna be talking about that. So what I like to do, I always start with the name. What type of name you're on, what type of name you're trying to have it, because I think it's the easiest thing to have. Because when you have that name, you'll low-key stick to the name. If not the name, then start with what type of vibe you want for your playlist. Do you want it to be a energy playlist, chill playlist, different genre type of playlist, whatever type of vibe that you want? That is what you stick with, and you keep it in that way. And then you focus on the name, and then you literally pick your favorite song. I always pick like my favorite song to be put on that playlist first, and then I always have songs that are similar to that vibe. For example, my playlist, Whole Lot Euphoria. That is my bread and butter, bro. That I love that playlist. I literally listen to it all the time, and you guys like it too. There's literally 600 of you guys that listen to that playlist, and that's amazing. I literally started that playlist in 2022. I believe it was 2022, but I made that in 2022 and no, 2021 actually. And the first song on that playlist is literally Astro Thunder, and that's my favorite Travis song. And we literally go from there. So I start with my favorite song, and then I have the same vibe. I always try to have the same like BPM or tempo with like the songs. I don't want it to be quicker than each other. But if it's like a running playlist, then you gotta make sure that the tempo is quick, because obviously you're running, and I want to make sure that it's got a good pace to it, because it just puts you in that mindset that you know what the intention of this playlist is for. Therefore, it will literally be good for a while, because you don't want it to be all over the place. And I feel like having a structure, even for a playlist, makes a big deal. And for the gym, if you're chilling, whatever mood you're on, and a playlist will always be valid. And then a picture as well. It just makes it look pleasing. Like a playlist is your kid, bro. Of course it's not, but a playlist is something that you put in your high regard. You gotta make sure that you do that, because it's important. You gotta make sure that the picture looks good. You don't want it to look dead, and you don't want to have the normal icons where it just has like the 4 album covers. Make a playlist a reflection of you and what you'd want to listen to for a playlist. We're not doing no rap caviar. We're not doing no generic playlist. We're doing something that you like. As long as you can listen to it repetitively, then that's all that matters. Or nothing else matters, because it's your playlist. And if something is you, if something that you like, put that in there, because that's the most important thing. And that also reflects to just life in general. Whatever you enjoy, whatever you want to put into, do that, because it's your luxury. Don't knock your shine down for anyone else or to be accepted. Because I feel like with music, people want to be accepted by the type of music that they listen to. Bro, nobody cares. Nobody actually cares, because as long as you enjoy your music, then that's all that matters. You know, you're pleasing yourself, and that's the main thing to do. I don't listen to all this music to please anyone. I actually do it because I just love music, and regardless, I know that there are people that will like it. You know, you always find people that like the type of music that you listen to. You just have to be yourself, as what Frank Ocean's mom would say. Literally be confident within yourself, and then just have fun with it, because you never know, you'll create a masterpiece, literally. But yeah, that's my main tips on how to create a good playlist. At the end of the playlist every week, I'm gonna do a segment where I do reacting to a playlist. So obviously I have a series of that on my TikTok where I do reacting to your playlist, or like just seeing how the playlist is. But I don't upload it as much, because it low-key can be time consuming. And I feel like doing it once a week will form a habit into doing it, because I've got so many replies of people asking me to react to their playlist. However, I just don't do it. So me doing this will actually be a good thing, because it will actually force me to react to the playlist, because I don't want to be a dickhead and not react to their playlist, or to just leave them on red, because I do see it. I just do not have time. And this will actually force me to do that. Follow my Spotify, because this will be uploaded on Spotify as well as YouTube, but mainly on Spotify, because this is a platform that we're trying to grow together. And this is something that has not really been done. So I want to continue to push that narrative and just keep going with that, because this is a community, and this is something that I love to do. And this is never just about me, it's about all of us. So I feel like this year has been a good but weird year in terms of music. It's been an unpredictable year, a very unpredictable year, from the Kendrick and Drake beef, Metro Boomin, from everyone basically hating Drake. Like, it's so random how all of this has happened, because I never would have expected this. Last year, by the end of last year, at the start of this year, I was thinking, yeah, we're gonna get some collab albums, some singles from all these artists working together. I was thinking that, yeah, everyone's going to unite. The whole opposite has happened. Like, everyone has actually been beefing. Like, I remember just now that Travis and Tyga had a fight. Like, what is actually going on? And it's just crazy. Like, everyone's actually beefing. And the main thing, the best thing that has happened this year is Dolce's album. Well, her mixtape, Alligator But It's Never Heal. Her art is actually top tier. Like, I keep bringing that up because it really is a good project. As well as We Still Don't Trust You. Well, We Don't Trust You. I really feel like this beef has put that album to the side because of how big it was or how bigger it was. But those two albums, we're going to be talking about that album in the future because those two albums are actually really good. And I've said it before, but I'll say it now. We Still Don't Trust You. I find it better than We Don't Trust You because I like melodic music, and I feel like We Still Don't Trust You, of course, it has more of a melodic sound, and it reminds me of Hendrix, and that's my favorite Future album. So regardless, it goes hand in hand. Like, it just sounds really good, and it's something that you can just play on a late night. Of course, there's some songs that stink, not stink, but like I did not listen to, which is the intro. We Still Don't Trust You. All My Fault. I don't like that one. And there's another one, Overdrive or something like that. I don't really like that one. But yeah, I like the second disc of We Still Don't Trust You. But regardless, it's actually a good album. But yeah, 2024 has been a weird year with music. But I'm here for it. There's literally been a lot of projects. Let me run you down like the albums I've actually dropped this year. Well, my favorite ones. I literally made a big list. There's obviously We Still Don't Trust You and We Don't Trust You. Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q, Might Delete Later, Cowboy Carter, Pie Next Door 4, One of One, Born in the Wild, Hardstone, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Gemini, King of Mischievous, Longer Boy, Alligator by Never Hill, Charm, Last Lap, The Alexandra Technique, Conglomerate, You Only Die Once, Mariah, Chromacopia. Like, there's so many projects that happened this year, and I know I missed a lot, but this year has actually been a good year in terms of music. Oh, and Kendrick's album, GNX. Like, it's literally been a weird year, and I feel like SZA's gonna drop an album. But besides the point, this year has actually been a stacked year, and there was a period this year when everyone was dropping. I think it was like April to like March, April, May. Because I swear Bryson Tiller dropped, and then Future dropped, and then Pie Next Door dropped, and then there was like a week break, and then Future dropped again. Like, I love those drops, yeah, but at the same time, it can get a bit overwhelming. But I'm here for it because when time goes on and you listen back to them albums, it's just sweet to know that you've got a lot of music to listen to. But at the same time, it can get a bit overwhelming, especially Gunna's album. That really was like a staple album of the summer for me because I genuinely could not stop listening to the album. Literally, it was a really good album. I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast. I've literally got 14% on my laptop, so I do not have long left. Damn. I do not have long left of this podcast, but hey, I have faith. So we're going to keep going until the laptop literally shuts down. I want to talk about starting a page from scratch. It is very isolating but refreshing. Like, it really is something new. And every day I'm watching it grow day by day, little by little. And I get so, what's the word? You know when you have so many visions of something that you want to do, and then you look at pages for inspiration, but what matters is from within. And every day I'm trying to think, okay, how do I do this? How do I manage this? But I got to remember that all that matters is just showing up and just posting. And sometimes I can get a bit reluctant with that, especially with this new page because of how short it is. Currently, it's on 73 followers on Instagram, and I'm actually grateful for that. I even started a Discord, and I've got six actually, and that means a lot to me because who actually would have thought I'd have people joining the Discord? But it's something that I just genuinely enjoy to do. But I've mentioned about Prspektv, and definitely going to do the podcast. Would want to do events, want to do music listening parties, fitness events, and just keep up with that momentum. And I hope this audio quality is good. I know I'm on a little bit of a tangent, but I hope that we're doing good. On the end of the 2024 year music, I'ma just say, Playboy Carti, let me down. I don't think he's actually gonna drop this year. I'll be very surprised if he does, because he has his set at Rolling Loud and he says that he's gonna be playing music from I Am Music. But the possibility of him dropping is very slim because it's Wednesday. He would have announced his album by now. But I genuinely don't think he's dropping this year. Like, I don't like when artists do this with their album drops, when they take their time. There's nothing wrong with taking your time, but when you talk too much, the point that you keep delaying the drop. For example, A$AP Rocky. Do you know that he was meant to drop his album like 2 years ago or a year ago or something? Or he was meant to drop his album this year, like during autumn, but like the delays are going crazy and it just makes it very untrustworthy. It just makes it seem very unreliable. The only reliable person in terms of album drops is Kendrick. Literally just Kendrick and maybe Drake, but Drake takes the piss. But like, and no, actually, I take it back. Tyler the Creator is the best with these album rollouts and drops because he does not mess around. But besides the point, Carti really messed up this year. I don't know if it's just me, but he's really just been posting fit pics and just drops on Instagram, not actually dropping songs on streaming platforms. Like, I get it, it's a marketing strategy. I get it, it's a marketing strategy. I understand because it's marketing and it's a good strategy. But other than that, you're literally leading on the people that actually like your music. There's no way that you did a pre-order drop for your album and it's not releasing anytime soon. It's releasing next year. There's no way you're releasing a song named 2024 saying that you're dropping. Well, you didn't say you're going to drop 2024, but you literally been highlighting 2024 and saying music. Like, there's no way. Like, there actually is no way. Bro really had over a year. I swear 2 days ago was the year that he dropped A Different Day. I wasn't really a fan of that song, but other than that, that's actually taking a piss. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but it just makes it seem like he genuinely does not care about his people. Like, we've been known that, and like, if we like his music, but damn, that is tough. Recently, life has been decent, and when I say decent, like, I'm working at this job. It's all over the place. It's a bar staff, so I'm managing that while doing content, and I don't like the place because I genuinely see myself investing into making a living from content. So it's one of them ones that it's just good to do on the side while pursuing this full time. But overall, it's okay. Like, I don't like to talk about it like that, but I know I should be a bit more vulnerable because you never know who's watching this and you never know who needs to hear this, or how relatable it is. But yeah, it's just something to get me by, isn't it? And that's what I keep thinking about. Like, I've been waking up at 6 a.m. recently, and by recently I mean this week. I always wake up at 6:30. I used to wake up at 6:45, but I started waking up earlier, and it makes such a difference because usually when I wake up later, I get back home at like 9:30. But when I wake up at 6, I get back home at 9:50. No, I get back home at late. I get back home at around 8, and I'm already starting my day before it hits 10. Therefore, I have like more hours to film, more hours to plan, and more hours to just be present and be still. Those things are actually important, and having a plan. I didn't realize how much having a plan is important until like this year mainly, and I've actually been sticking to that and just staying with that, having a structure. And of course, it's easier with that at this age anyway, and it's easier to do that while mainly being alone most of the time. And of course, because it can get difficult to stick to a plan, but being on your own, it's actually weirdly easy, and that's something that I've been dealing with. It's a weird jump, you know what I mean? And regardless, you just have to keep going, and that's just how life is. But waking up early has actually been a big game changer, especially in terms of fitness. Going to the gym in the morning really does make a difference. Like, I would say the best thing to do is to always go gym in the morning, have your routine and have your plan. I've made a video where I'm talking about my like workout routine during the week, and that's gonna be uploaded on my YouTube very soon. So stay tuned to that. But overall fitness and just staying in tune with your fitness, staying in tune with your running, as well as, oh my gosh, I've got something to say. So I've been going on runs without headphones or without earphones, mainly just because my headphones broke, so I had no headphones to use for a while. So I was just going on runs without any music, and only till now I realized how therapeutic it is. I don't know how to explain it, but you're speaking to you have nothing but yourself and nature, and you're forcing yourself to be exposed to nature and be exposed to how you feel. I feel like when you're running or when you're doing any workout with music, you can block all that out by just tapping into music. Like, of course, that's good to listen to music, but sometimes I genuinely feel like it's good to not listen to music and just focus on within and focus on how you feel. I never realized until that now, and I would definitely encourage anyone to tap into just go on that run or go on that workout without listening to music and actually see how you feel. Of course, it will feel weird and it will not feel right, but trust me, it actually does work. It actually does feel good in the long run. And just to be in tune with yourself, I feel like you've got to do that, even if you're working out, even if you're doing something little, like you've got to be in tune with yourself. In terms of fitness, it's been ridiculous, bro. So I've done a half marathon. I did that I did a sub 1 hour, 1 hour 50 something. Still classing that as a sub 1 hour. Or is that a sub 2 hour? I don't know. But I did it in less than 2 hours. I did, my PB for a 5K was 21 minutes. My PB for 10K was 45 minutes. And I'm yet to do a full marathon. Next year, the marathons are going to go crazy, but we shall see about that. I'm going to do a little manifesto here. So I made a video on my TikTok here talking about like going to Reading Festival and Coachella. I'm mentioning it here. We will be there to see Travis. I don't know how. I don't know what will happen, but we will be there, and that will be uploaded. No, and it will happen. I'm trusting the process. If anyone knows anyone or anyone knows anything, shout me, message me, DM me or anything, because I am willing to do whatever I can to be there. If I gotta pay for a ticket, I gotta pay for a ticket. But regardless, we will be there and it will be lit. And to see the community and to see every single one of you guys that are there, it will be lit. And I trust that and I believe in that. So that's something that will be lit. So yeah, my manifesto is to be at those festivals to see Travis, because he's my favorite performer and I've seen him 5 times, bro. I know what he's like, and those type of performers, especially for Coachella, we're not gonna forget how he was meant to perform in 2020, but the pandemic happened, and obviously his Astroworld tragedy messed everything up. But he's back, so we will be there, and me and all the guys will be there. There's actually a dog that will watch him. Back. No, battery is in critical damage. It might be the time. It might be the time to react to playlists now. I think I might only have time to do 2 playlists because this is actually horror. This is actually horror. Okay, so, but oh man, this is actually a bit rushed. First playlist is called, I don't know how you pronounce this. How do you pronounce this? Well, yeah, first playlist. We're about to tap in and we're about to see if it's a W playlist or not. I've literally got 8% left, but yeah, I put this on shuffle, so we will see. I'm only allowed to play a couple seconds because I don't want to get copyrighted, of course. So we're gonna tap in. And bro, this cover, let's talk about this cover. If it's gonna focus, man, they need to be friends again. They actually do. But anyway, only 2 songs you're getting for this. Only 2 songs. Now I get along better with your friend. You've already won, you know. You've actually already won. Wait, let's see what the next song is saying. I actually do not like that song. I was never a fan, but I can't lie, because you have a Get Along Better, it's an automatic 10. This playlist is called Snooze, I guess. See, this is what you don't want on a playlist. You need a cover. You cannot keep having this. You need a cover. But from the Drake projects that I see, it's a W. But we're about to tap in. We are about to tap the fuck in. I need you by my side. It's very therapeutic. Hey. You cooked. Holy cook. You actually cooked.
Swimming at me off my square. Look at that.
I can't lie, this playlist here, this playlist is the winner, bro. There's no way, bro. Brother had Crazy But True and then Price of Fame by Brett Fires. Those two back-to-back single-handedly won, but we're not forgetting the last one. Get Along Better, but then FN. You lost it with FN, bro. You really lost it. But those two, what playlist do you think won? Was it the second one or the first one? Me personally, I'm saying the second one. I really hope you're enjoying this podcast because this is something new. This is something weird. It feels weird, but something that I'm okay with doing. And I literally have 6% left on my laptop, so I'm probably going to have to wrap this up. It's been 37 minutes of recording this podcast, so that's a W time. I low-key don't want to do too much and make it too long. I want to make it longer as time goes on because this is just the beginning. Look at this look at this production. This production is not all that. I've got wired earphones, like it's really nothing, but I just like to talk about music, so hey, why not? So I thought, why not just do a podcast, episode 1, pilot. I mean, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to say again, make sure you follow my Spotify so that you stay tuned to my episodes. And make sure you follow my socials, Limatemi and my Prspektv Instagram to just stay in tune because I post a lot of things on there and just want to keep you guys engaged to the content. I want to give you guys as much as I can give out with all that I've got because why not? And I love to do this. So I genuinely hope you are enjoying this. I thank you for watching this on Spotify or YouTube or even just the audio version. So yeah, thank you. This is the first episode of Prspektv Podcast and I'll see you guys later.